2 or 3.
Yeah.
So, and then when Kobe comes out and says the only person I truly trust is Meta World Peace,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
So as you and I know, I love the Thunder. I love the way they play. They do play as a team. They do have 3 legitimate superstars, and they do move the ball around. They're running into problems late in the game, but it's rare that they're not winning by enough. And they did win a lot of close games against the Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
But I truly love the way they play. I think they're coached by probably top 3 or 4 coach in the league. It's unselfish and it's good basketball. And Ibaka brings a defense. Perkins brings defense.
Oh yeah.
And, but that said, that series ended. I don't give the Lakers much of a chance. We'll get to our predictions of the NBA here in a bit. But and then today, the Memphis Grizzlies at home.
I slept through that game.
Yeah, down 3-1.
Yeah.
They get back to 3-3.
Right.
They get every opportunity in the world today. They were up at half, and they couldn't make a shot late. They just couldn't set up anything. And I think the kiss of death was Jalen Rose saying they would make the finals.
Ooh.
So that kind of did it, maybe. But Clippers are just better today. And Chris Paul, if there's blood in the water,
Yeah, he's not gonna.
he gets
He's not gonna miss that opportunity.
No, he's a killer. We had him in New Orleans, and we dearly miss him.
Kind of too bad because we kind of saw Memphis as the team that could take the Spurs down.
Exactly. No, that would be nice, or at least challenge them. And that said, I think that we talked about this. I think that Chris Paul can match Tony Parker's energy, and he's one of the best on ball defenders at that position. And Parker's gonna run around, and he's had. Let's face it, he's had a great season. He was an MVP candidate. I didn't see the voting final.
I didn't
tally,
see the
but I would think he was top 3. So it might have been James, Durant, and then Parker.
Yeah,
actually,
I wouldn't be shocked if that's that one down.
Because these other guys are just older, and he's getting. I mean, he's been in the league forever, but I'm not even sure if he's 30 yet. He's got to be close to that.
I think he is 30.
He's got to be.
Yeah.
But
Google it.
Right. We have these.
We'll just give our listeners homework.
Right.
How's that? Yeah.
You get back to us on how old Tony Parker is.
Yes.
But yeah, because Eva Longoria, she's probably my age-ish.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. Which is 27. No, it's not. But anyway, so those two.
Yes, we are old enough to start lying about our age.
Right. No. Yeah. I mean, we look. Yeah, we won't get into that.
Yeah. Fresh as a daisy. Yeah.
Right. So we had the second round has started finally. But at least we finally got a couple good series because most of them were 2 were sweeps. I think the rest, other than these 2 we talked about, were 5 games or maybe 6. Did Philly and Chicago?
Chicago went 6.
Yeah.
Boston, Atlanta went 6. Of course, the 2 that just ended went 7.
Right. So
I
that's
guess Indiana, Orlando. That
was 5.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
2 sweeps and then forgetting the other one.
Well, we got Mavericks, Thunder, Lakers, Nuggets. I think we covered them all.
Okay.
For the most part. But the second round's here. It all.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Well, that and so Boston got the win last night.
Squeaked it out.
Yeah, that's good for you.
Yeah, they were down a lot. Middle of the game, and Rondo liking him hitting those 15-footers.
I mean, hand in his face.
Yeah,
he's getting comfortable, and that's
because he's going to dish.
Right.
He's going to get his assists.
No, and we'll get to that list in a bit. But he's one of the few true point guards left, and he gets any kind of mid-range jumper. Now, those were deep jumpers.
Yeah.
He
was approaching Garnett range, as far as the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous, and I've always thought that the trade rumors for him were ridiculous. I mean, Danny Ainge seems to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
The way he's built this team, that
you would think. Yeah.
Right. I don't understand how
alienating our best young player.
Right, and he can tend to be a little soft mentally, But what you kind of get to the point where it's what do I need to do for you to be confident in me building a team around me, especially as a point guard.
Yeah, how many triple doubles you want? How many?
Right, I mean ridiculous triple doubles.
Yes,
and as a guard, his size, rebounds is one of the three. I mean,
he's so aggressive.
Right, it's insane, and as a point guard, he's not supposed to have that mid-range jumper a lot. He really maybe not supposed to, but. It's a bonus. It's lagniappe, as we say in the 51st city.
Yeah,
state.
He's won games for them, and arguably won series for them in the past without hitting a shot outside the lane. Yeah.
And then with Pierce and Garnett and Allen all being on the wrong side of 33. 30, I mean, where do you go there, And he's young. He's 24 or 5.
Something like that, yeah.
He played a couple years at Kentucky, but
right.
he's it's what you need. I mean, Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing.
I think we're foreshadowing a future topic here.
Right. No, I was just saying that we'll get into. But, you'll have Rondo higher than me.
Yes, I will.
And that's fine. I get that.
That's for sure. But I like the Celtics' chances if Rondo continues to play like that. I don't think they're going to blow him away.
No,
Philly's just too strong on defense to.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, in the regular season they met 3 times, and all 3 games were blowouts, which I just can't fathom at this point.
Boston?
No, Philly won 2 of them.
Okay, so
2 out of 3.
They were all blowouts.
All blowouts.
Both ways.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, after watching last night,
these teams should be a one.
They're the same. It seems like they're the
time.
same team,
Yeah.
really. I mean, as far as their approach,
yeah,
defense first, and Rivers and Collins coaching that, and
I think when you get into the playoffs, that intensity,
it becomes a half-court game.
Yeah,
and you have to be able to score in the half court. Yeah. That's where Ray Allen being healthy will be big, I think, and Garnett playing like he's 25 and not 35.
Yeah,
recently, and that's huge. I mean, he's making jumpers, but he's getting 14 rebounds and he's blocking 5 shots. That going forward, that can contest the Heat. I mean, I think.
Yeah, he's playing like a real center again.
Right, exactly. And that's not his position. And Bass off the bench, and they're a deep team. They are.
They got Bradley is
Marquise Daniels. We always joke about him, but he can give you solid 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. I mean, to spell Rondo. And the Heat may have lost Bosh today, so the East might have all of a sudden come on.
I mean, abdominal strain, that could be nothing, or it could be like a groin injury, a hernia or something like that.
Right.
And he's out for the playoffs.
Right, and they're still obviously with Wade and LeBron.
Yeah, the 2 of them can carry them a long way.
Yeah, so, they do. The playoffs last year, actually, Bosh was big. He was bigger because LeBron kind of went in his corner, but he made some shots late today. But they were always comfortably ahead. So I'm not going to take anything from that. He got his 3rd MVP, which is fine.
Oh yeah, he deserved it.
I'm okay with it. There were, not everybody's got Dwayne Wade as their teammate and Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
So whatever. That's another discussion with Steve Nash getting his and Rose last. I don't know. I probably shouldn't get into that.
Don't get me started on MVP.
Right, exactly. We probably shouldn't delve into that. That's just it's not the time. We'll have.
It's an exposed nerve for you. I can tell. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll wait to.
Well,
that goal.
And that's why I'm okay with Durant not getting it because he has Westbrook, he has Harden, and that it's a very deep team, and I think that's why I'll say what I'm going to say now. As we go into predicting the rest of the playoffs, starting with we could start with your Boston Celtics and these scrappy 76ers.
Yeah, they're scrappy enough to win a couple games and make the others close. I got the Celtics in 6 here.
6, okay. I tend to agree. I was pleased to see Chicago lose because I always am pleased when bad things happen. To Chicago
or Chicago wins.
Right. I almost wanted it to go 7 just to tease them a little bit more. But no, I agree. I think Garnett finding the fountain of youth is huge for them.
Oh yeah.
And Ray Allen seems healthy and
healthy enough.
Yeah, right. I mean, he'll sit in the corner and make his threes. And Pierce, when they all suck, he'll drop 40. And like he did in Game 2 of Atlanta when they absolutely were dead in the water. That was it. They were down 1-0, and he just went balls out. It was a sight to see. And I've never been – I guess he flops a little. He flopped, and I was kind of like because the man got stabbed like 70 times and lived. So really, me touching you is going to make you fly into the stands, wheelchair, really, Paul? But he's honing his.
He's a long way from that stabbing.
Right. Well, he is, but he's honing his younger energy too, and they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough. I think six sounds about right. If Philly can get it to 7, that's great. It's a young team.
Yeah.
Doug Collins coming out of retirement for the 17th time to coach them, and he's still excitable. I love watching him on the sideline. I really do, and so that's good. But okay, so the other Eastern Conference, we had the Heat and the Pacers. Game 1.
I did watch that game.
Did you? You got the Starbucks. You got everything down.
Yeah.
Right. You were ready for that one.
Get my 5 p.m. Starbucks, and I'm good to go. Yeah. I mean, I liked the intensity that Indiana showed.
But winning most of the game.
Yeah. And like you said before, I mean, they're such a deep team. They were talking about, Granger and Paul George, were their 2 biggest scorers, and they were not doing anything.
Is that
I was like,
George
who the hell is Paul George?
Is that the San Antonio guy? Was he the?
I don't know where he's from, but they said he's only 22, so he's
maybe not.
He's fresh.
Yeah.
But they went back to him later. They said he has only 6 points today, and he's averaging 12 per game. I'm like, okay, that's not really that much of a drop off,
right?
And if 12
but they
points
probably
a game,
count on all 12 of those points.
Yeah, if 12 a game merits you inclusion with Granger as the top scorers on the team, then there's obviously a lot of depth there. So other people ought to be able to step up. And West was good.
And they have a legitimate Hibbert with a legitimate 7-footer,
yeah.
And he moves a lot better than I thought he would.
Yeah.
In the NBA, because he lumbered around at Georgetown, but I like what he's done.
Yeah. So obviously Bosch's condition may impact things, but I mean,
still,
knowing what we know, I'll still take Miami in 6.
6?
Yeah.
6 again.
Yeah.
Watching Indiana today on the road, played well, and they led most of the way. And I love David West's game. I don't love him. He left Hornets, so.
Nah.
But that's fine. Chris Paul leaves. You probably should leave. And I do love Darren Collison at the point. And they just don't. Miami just doesn't have a point guard to counter him. So I think that will bring LeBron or Wade over to have to deal with Collison, and I think that'll open up something in shooting guard. I don't want to pick against the Heat, but this Pacers team, they're well coached. I love that young coach. I can't think of his name.
I can't either, but they said today he was on Stupid Human Tricks on
yeah, no, I did hear that. I mean, and he
awesome.
They're well coached, and they're, like we've said, they're deep. Granger, I mean, he's a small forward, but he's comfortable around the arc. He's hitting threes. Like, they were shocked when he hit his first 3 in the middle of the third quarter. That was his first 3.
I think it was his first made basket.
Right. Yeah. So
rough.
I think the more you pressure this Heat team, because they're expected to do well, and I think that gets to LeBron. It maybe not Wade as much, but Bosch, like you said, he's hurt, and that's a big deal. Haslam can fill in, but not like Bosch can.
No.
He just doesn't have the mid-range game, and so I'll still take the Heat, but this might go 7.
You think so?
I think it's going to go 7.
Yeah,
just because this Pacer team, this is the quietest 3 seed when successful that I think we've ever seen.
Yeah.
You'd ask people who the top 8 seeds, you'd have to think about the Pacers. Really, they're a 3 seed. Yeah, they and for a time there they were in the running for a 2 and possibly the 1. So they're not going to go down. And this is a road game, and they'll go down.